in a desolate house shrouded in shadows. A man lay asleep in a room with an eerie stillness. As the night deepened, whispers echoed through the corridors, and the air grew heavy with an unsettling presence. Suddenly, a chilling draft swept through the room, extinguishing the dim candlelight. The man awoke to an oppressive darkness, unable to move, as an otherworldly figure materialized at the foot of his bed, its hollow eyes fixed upon him, and a haunting voice murmured, "You've trespassed into the realm of the forgotten. Now, sleep eternally." The room plunged into an abyss, and the man's desperate screams faded into the abyss as the house absorbed another soul into its haunted history. The following morning, locals spoke in hushed tones about the cursed house on Elm Street. No one dared venture near, and those who did claimed to hear distant whispers and see flickering lights dancing in the windows. The man's disappearance became a chilling legend, deterring even the bravest souls. One stormy night, a daring journalist decided to investigate the mysterious occurrences. Armed with a flickering flashlight, he cautiously entered the forsaken dwelling. The air inside grew colder with each step, and the walls seemed to whisper secrets of long-forgotten tragedies. As he reached the room where the man had vanished, a spectral figure emerged, its form obscured by the gloom. It beckoned him with a skeletal hand, leading him deeper into the house's dark secrets. Haunted portraits lined the hallway, each capturing the anguished souls of those who had succumbed to the malevolent force within. The journalist, gripped by terror, tried to escape, but the house seemed to morph, trapping him in a labyrinth of shifting corridors. Whispers grew louder, and ghostly apparitions surrounded him, recounting tales of despair and betrayal. In a final, bone-chilling revelation, the journalist discovered an old diary revealing the house's tragic history. Centuries ago, a vengeful spirit cursed the land, vowing to claim the souls of those who dared enter. The man who slept too long had unwittingly become another chapter in the house's relentless pursuit of retribution. As the journalist trembled, the ghostly figure spoke, "You too shall join the ranks of the forgotten." The echoes of his terrified screams merged with the agonized wails of the trapped spirits, becoming an indistinguishable symphony of horror that reverberated through the accursed house, sealing the journalist's fate within its malevolent embrace. The haunted dwelling stood as a testament to the darkness that lurked beyond the veil, waiting to ensnare any who dared to uncover its chilling secrets. Years passed, and the cursed house on Elm Street remained a forbidden relic of dread. Its reputation grew, attracting thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators who sought to unravel the mysteries that clung to its time-worn walls. One fateful night, a group of friends, drawn by the allure of the supernatural, entered the house armed with cameras and electronic gadgets. As they stepped across the threshold, an unnatural stillness settled upon the air. The house seemed to awaken, as if aware of their intrusion. Their journey through the dim corridors echoed with the distant whispers of tormented spirits. Unseen hands brushed against their skin, and cold gusts whispered warnings of impending doom. Undeterred, they pressed on, drawn to the room where the man had slept his eternal slumber. In that room, the atmosphere thickened, and the temperature plummeted. Shadows danced on the walls, forming grotesque shapes that seemed to mock the living. Suddenly, the room fell silent. A spectral figure materialized, wearing the anguished expression of the man who had vanished into the abyss. Desperation gripped the group as the ghostly figure spoke, recounting the tragedies that befell those who dared cross the house's threshold. It revealed that the only escape lay in unraveling the curse's origin and finding a way to appease the vengeful spirit that bound the house in perpetual torment. Armed with newfound purpose, the friends delved into the house's history, unearthing forgotten secrets and reconciling with the tortured spirits that lingered within. As they pieced together the tragic narrative, the house seemed to sigh, its malevolence lifting like a heavy fog. In a final, cathartic moment, the vengeful spirit manifested one last time, its spectral form dissipating into a gentle breeze. The friends emerged from the once cursed house, witnessing its transformation into a dilapidated yet peaceful structure. The legends surrounding Elm Street persisted, but now, they spoke of redemption and the courage it took to confront the haunted past. The cursed house became a cautionary tale, reminding all who heard its story that some secrets were better left undisturbed, and that even the darkest places could find solace through.
In the desolate town of Ravens Hollow, shadows clung to the dilapidated buildings, and a chilling fog blanketed the streets like a spectral shroud. The townspeople, haunted by a gruesome past, spoke in hushed whispers about the mansion atop the hill. Legend had it that the mansion was cursed, its walls concealing the malevolent spirits of a bygone era. Driven by morbid curiosity, a group of friends decided to spend a night within its ominous confines. As the clock struck midnight, the air thickened with an otherworldly presence, and the temperature plummeted. Creaking floorboards echoed through the mansion as the friends ventured deeper into the heart of darkness. Unseen eyes seemed to watch their every move. A sinister portrait on the wall seemed to follow them, its gaze penetrating their souls. In a forgotten chamber, they stumbled upon a dusty book that revealed the mansion's horrifying history. It spoke of a vengeful spirit, a tortured soul seeking retribution for an ancient betrayal. The friends dismissed it as mere folklore, but the temperature continued to drop, and shadows danced eerily along the walls. As the night unfolded, the group was tormented by nightmarish visions and spine-chilling sounds. Whispers echoed through the corridors, recounting the sins of the past. One by one, the friends began to vanish, consumed by the malevolent force that lurked within. Desperation gripped the survivors as they navigated the labyrinthine halls, each step leading them closer to an unimaginable horror. The walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, and the air grew thick with an oppressive darkness. In the mansion's bowels, they discovered a secret chamber adorned with arcane symbols. The ghostly apparition materialized before them, its anguished wails echoing through the room. The friends realized too late that they had become pawns in a ghastly game of revenge, orchestrated by forces beyond their comprehension. As the first rays of dawn broke, the survivors stumbled out of the mansion, forever scarred by the nightmarish ordeal. Raven's Hollow returned to its spectral silence, the mansion standing as a grim reminder of the unspeakable horrors that lurked in the shadows, waiting for the next unsuspecting souls to cross its threshold. Years passed, but the survivors couldn't escape the haunting memories of that fateful night. Each had forged a fragile semblance of normalcy, but the scars ran deep. Unbeknownst to them, the malevolent force that dwelled in the mansion had not forgotten. One by one, the survivors experienced a series of unnerving events, phantom whispers in the dead of night, chilling drafts that seemed to carry with them the echoes of tortured souls. It was as if the spirits of Raven's Hollow were reaching across the veil to claim what remained of their fractured lives. In the darkness, a spectral figure appeared, its ethereal form a grotesque amalgamation of the tortured souls that had perished within the mansion. The survivors, bound by the unholy pact forged on that accursed night, found themselves inexplicably drawn back to Raven's Hollow. Against their will, they returned to the mansion, where the malevolent force toyed with their sanity. The walls seemed to breathe with malevolence, and the air resonated with anguished moans. Each room became a nightmarish tableau, a twisted reflection of the sins that had transpired within. In a desperate bid to break free, the survivors delved into the mysteries of their cult, seeking answers to appease the vengeful spirits. They uncovered ancient rituals and arcane symbols, performing rites that blurred the boundaries between the living and the dead. As the rituals unfolded, the mansion itself seemed to rebel against the intrusion. Ghostly apparitions manifested, reliving their final moments in a ghastly display of agony. The survivors, trapped in a surreal nightmare, struggled to maintain their tenuous grip on reality. But the malevolent force was relentless, feeding on their fear and despair. The survivors faced their darkest fears, confronting the sins that bound them to Raven's Hollow. Only by unraveling the twisted tapestry of betrayal and redemption could they hope to break free from the spectral chains that ensnared them. In the final confrontation, the mansion itself became a battleground between the living and the dead. The air crackled with supernatural energy as the survivors confronted the vengeful spirits. In a harrowing showdown, with a culmination of arcane rituals, sacrifices, and desperate pleas for forgiveness, the survivors managed to appease the malevolent force. As dawn broke once again, Raven's Hollow stood silent, its haunted halls finally at rest. The survivors, changed by the ordeal, left the town forever, their shared nightmare etched into the fabric of their souls. Yet, the mansion atop the hill remained, its dark secrets buried beneath layers of time, waiting for new souls to wander into its accursed embrace. At the outskirts of a seemingly ordinary town nestled between ancient woods, There stood an imposing structure, St. Eldritch's School for the Unseen. Its wrought iron gates creaked ominously in the wind, bearing an intricate crest that sent shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to gaze upon it. Within the echoing halls, whispers of the supernatural danced through the air like ghostly apparitions. St. Eldritch's was no ordinary school. It was a haven for the peculiar, the eerie, and the unexplainable. Students arrived not by choice, but by a mysterious calling that transcended the boundaries of the known. The classrooms were shrouded in perpetual twilight, and the curriculum delved into arcane subjects that defied the comprehension of the average mind. From incantations to spectral sciences, the students of St. Eldritch's were initiated into a realm where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. In the dead of night, the school's corridors echoed with spectral footsteps and ethereal laughter. Hidden passages revealed themselves only to those who dared to seek the forbidden. Legends spoke of a secret library where books whispered forgotten secrets, and a forbidden chamber where the veil between worlds was thinnest. The faculty, a peculiar assembly of beings both human and otherworldly, guided the students through the shadowy corridors of knowledge. Professor Mortis, the ancient scholar of necromancy, taught the delicate balance between life and death. Madame Seraphina, the enigmatic enchantress, unraveled the mysteries of spells that defied the laws of nature. As the moon cast an eerie glow upon St. Eldritch's, students gathered in the great hall for the ritual of the equinox, a ceremony that harnessed the mystical energies of the cosmos. Candles flickered as spectral entities materialized, and the very air pulsated with magic. Yet, not all who entered the school's enigmatic embrace emerged unscathed. Some students, drawn to the darker arts, vanished into the shadows,